Alright, so in this video I'm going to go through how to make part number 1 of the mass properties analysis sheet. For those of you who are not familiar with Autodesk Inventor, I'm going to click New. You should see either here under Templates or Bradley Tech a part in inches. Hit Create. I'm going to start a new sketch. Click on this icon here. I generally click on my XY plane. I'm going to start out by creating a line that goes down 0.75. So I'm clicking on that center point, going down, simply typing in 0.75. I'm going to zoom out. That's the wheel in the middle of the mouse. It goes to the right. 5.125. And then back up again that 0.75. These next two parts I'm going to freehand draw and then come back in and add dimensions. So I can see that it comes up at a slope, then it goes flat, and then back down as a slope. Right? I'm going to click on dimension. Right here it says all chamfers 45 degrees, which means that from this distance to this distance needs to read 45. And from this distance to this distance also needs to read 45. Alright, then the last number I need is my overall height. So that from the absolute bottom to the absolute top it says 1.75. So from here to here, 1.75. Right, you'll notice now that all my lines are black. I'm ready to extrude it. Click Finish Sketch. I'm going to again zoom out. I'm also pushing down on the wheel, and I can move my screen around. I'm going to click Extrude. Right, my extrusion, the depth of my object, is 2.75. So I'm going to switch this one here to read 2.75. Right? There's the base of my object. You can see that I have my chamfers on each end. Now I'm going to create the chamfers going the lengthwise. I'll click Start 2D Sketch. Click on this edge. I'm going to use Project Geometry to project both this plane and this plane. I'm going to use the Line tool along this edge. Comes up at an angle. Again, I'm just free drawing. Same thing along this edge, up at an angle. I'm also going to use the rectangle tool to give me this cutout here. Again, at this point, everything is free drawn. Click on dimension. From the top line to this line is 45. Top line to this angled line is also 45. The depth of this cutout, if I look at my blueprint here, is 0.75. The width of this cutout, this line here, so click dimension, click this line here, is 0.625. Alright, so I'm simply going to slide this out of the way, create a line to use as a construction line to help me center this object. If I click on this and drag it back into place, right? Notice I still have a lot of purple. I can dimension from this left-hand side to the center line there, and that's going to be my 0.625 simply divided by 2 is 0.3125. So in this space here, 0.3125. Right? I'm not going to worry that these lines are still purple. They won't affect any of my part. I'm going to click Finish Sketch. Extrude. Click on these three parts. 1, 2, 3. We're going to switch it to Cut. And we're just going to be sure that it goes all the way through. I'm just going to enter a large number like 5. Alright, so this completes our part, but for this project we need to identify the properties of this part. If I go to File, you go to I Properties, go to Physical, right, it will give me the information pertaining specifically to this part, But first I need to identify it as mild steel. So where it says material, pull this down. One of these will say mild steel, steel mild, there it is. Right? And now this information is going to be used to complete the remaining part of the assignment.